Hello. Welcome back to Mom with Munchies. It's been a minute. I miss you guys, but we're here. You want a nigga here? Nigga here now. So, I'm always going through a lot. I was going to say I've been going through a lot. I'm always going through a lot. But, I've been doing a lot of reflecting lately, not on purpose, but it's just like, it just happens. And then that has been causing me to have epiphanies, which have been helping me navigate the world better, you know, for what I need, for what I've been through to further help with my healing. Also, it's Halloween. So as you can see, I am in costume. Do you know who I am? Because I don't want to say it and I can't do a British accent. Her accent is like a hood British accent. I'm not even gonna try. But you should get the picture. Definitely one of my, like, when I was like really young, one of my like idols, and she was beautiful and she was different. And black with curly hair and bantu knots. I'm like, oh my god, that is my bitch. I actually had the Barbie and it was like a zebra stripe. I think it was zebra stripe, black and white. It was like a little bra and then like a long jacket, kind of like a cape. As it looked like a cape. And then the matching shorts and then the high heel platform boots. Wish I would have kept her. But yes, I love me some LB. Love the Spice Girls. That was like my first little dose of feminism too, girl power. But yeah, so happy Halloween, everyone. I plan to do costumes even if it's not spooky season, because every day is spooky season for me. So it's gonna be a thing. So munchies for today. I have green grapes and gold kiwi right here. These are like my favorite thing ever. They're so sweet. They're so good. It's like kiwi, but like on serious good drugs. They're so good. And I like my grapes hard, like Auntie Care crunch. Oops, but I love me some fruit. And today's actually day 20 of my living a new lifestyle, kind of making new lifestyle changes. Like I usually make drastic changes. Like when I change something, it's like, oh bitch, you gotta change. So I've been doing amazingly. I work out every day pretty much. And I do various workouts. I never feel like it's a chore, you know? Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I just don't have the energy, but like I push through it. But I never felt like, oh my god, this is just a chore. I don't want to do this. So I think I've mastered that part. Okay, we're on day 20, so let's see how we can keep this momentum going. So I've been eating pretty much. I haven't eaten anything fried. I haven't had anything gosh, I haven't had like potatoes in a while. Eating hella rice though. Been eating hella rice, but that's beside the point. I'm, going on a new journey, and I go on journeys often. I just think that is who I am. I think I have to constantly be evolving, and it's a wonderful experience. The shit gets hard sometimes. It can get very overwhelming, but overall, if you want to be a better you, like how else can you do it? I don't know. So many topics I've been wanting to talk about. I've been jotting them down, but I can't talk about all of them. We don't have all of that time, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is this Dave Chappelle, The Closer, LGBTQ plus issue. And this is speaking for me. I'm not seeing The Closer at all. I'm really having an inner debate, watching it, being a fan of comedy, a student of comedy, and also wanting to actually know what's going on and what's being said, so I can get a full story. Like, that makes me want to watch it, but then it's like I don't want to support him and watching it is a form of support. The reason for that is because this is me, Asia, personally. I felt not The Closer, not the one before that, the first Netflix special, I think. And there was some funny things in there. I did laugh a couple times, but overall it felt to me that it was like he was just trying to say things that he know would upset people and not even trying to be funny about it or not being funny about it. I didn't find humor in it. And it was just like, dang, like if that's what you're doing, like you're resorting to that, like just trying to make people upset, like the whole show. And it's kind of like, I don't think I can get with this, because it seems kind of like bullying to, certain demographics. So I was just gonna like, I'm okay, I'm good. And then this came up, and then like it just got bigger and it got bigger, and I was like, I guess I'm going to have to watch it to have a full understanding of it. I don't know if I want a full understanding just yet. But one thing that I don't think a lot of people understand is how things are never black and white. So I don't think it was just this one special and this one joke that got everybody upset. It's a timeline of things. It's a pattern of things, and all of that built up is like, well, yeah, now we're gonna do what we think is, a drastic thing to get the changes and the sight that we want. And I completely understand that. So I'm going to quickly go over like exactly what's going on. So The Closer is this hour-long special that was released October 5th. And the end of the comedian's multi-million-dollar deal with the MWTM platform. So in this special, he claims that the largely white LGBT plus movement has moved past the Black civil rights movement. Offers his public support for J.K. Rowling for her anti-trans views, and continues his rants on the Me Too movement. And that's another thing, him supporting J.K. Rowling, because that didn't happen recently. That was something that he brought up, and that's something that has also been another hurdle with the LGBTQ plus communities, more specifically trans people. And when you think about all of these things, it's a build-up. It's not just, oh my gosh, this one thing is upset. Even though I feel like, yes, you got the right to be upset if it's just the one thing, but it's not just the one thing. It's so many things that tie into this that made it what it is. And that's how everything is, but people just see it as black and white. It says that he alludes to his 2019 stint at the Punchline, a comedy club in San Fran, with Daphne Dorman. And she was a trans comic who opened up for him and died by suicide in October of that year of 2019. And it's intended as a heart-to-heart closer for the show, one that Dorman's family says she would have supported, but for trans activists largely landed as a disingenuous defense. Okay. Oh, this is a lot now, because good grief. Okay. On October 5th, The Closer releases on Netflix, and October 6th, the day after it releases, a trans software engineer at Netflix, Tara Field, publicly condemns her employer for releasing The Closer and comments on how this is harmful that these jokes are harmful and they are violent. It's not some neutral thing that a lot of people claim it is. Because when you say things like that, it gives people fuel, and it makes people think, oh, well, this is okay because my idol or my favorite comedian, or this person I like, or my favorite act or whatever. It's like, oh, they feel like this too, and it makes them feel more comfortable with committing acts of violence, like physical violence towards trans people. So that same day, a co-showrunner for the Netflix show Dear White People spoke out against Chappelle's special and Netflix support for him. Then on October 11th, Netflix suspends Sarah Field and 2 other employees days after her thread goes viral. Of course, Netflix denies that the suspension was due to her tweets or anything related to that. They said that it was because she went to a meeting that she wasn't supposed to attend, and then she later showed an email from Netflix saying that, the investigation not finding she joined the meeting with an ill intent, whatever. Like she didn't do shit wrong, basically. October 12th, after field suspension was lifted, the Netflix's transgender employee resource group was set to stage a walkout on the 20th of October to protest Netflix and the closure. October 13th, Netflix's co-CEO and head of content sends a staff-wide letter defending the closure and Netflix's decision to release the film despite internal claims that it would create tangible harm. What? Like you knew people said, hey, this can create tangible harm, which means it's real life, somebody being hurt, and they were like, fuck it. I mean, it's I'm not surprised. I'm disappointed, but not surprised. So on October 15th, it was reported that Netflix fired a black trans employee who helmed the worker walkout. The company allegedly suspected that the employee, who remains unidentified, leaked viewership numbers for the closure to the press. Like, this shit is just, it goes so deep. October 20th, the Netflix employees and allies mobilized outside of the LA Netflix offices with support from LGBTQ plus rights organizations and transgender and non-binary in-house talent. And the organizers are upset about the special, as well as like Dave not being willing to meet up with them or to talk, to listen. Which I feel like after all of these specials, it's clear that like this nigga not gonna listen. But I get it. On October 23rd, the trans woman that was fired speaks up and basically says that they didn't leak any information to the press, that they sent information to co-workers. October 25th is when Dave Chappelle he released a response on IG, on Instagram, like we all do nowadays, I guess, like the celebrities all do. And he said that he didn't say that he wouldn't meet with them, but he said that, you know what? Don't summon me. I will summon you. Don't tell me where I need to meet you. I'll tell you where you need to meet me. And I have a list of demands too. Like, what? So in this situation, he is the oppressor and they are the oppressed. And they're saying, come meet us. And they probably did give him a place, because why the fuck wouldn't they? Come meet us. Let's talk. Maybe there's some things you can understand, whatever. And he's like, no. You come where I say, when I say, and do what the fuck I say. And then maybe I'll listen to you. Like, fuck you. Like, really? Like, that shit is like so just, ugh. And even if you don't think that the things you said were harmful, these people are so upset that like all these things are going on. This is it might not be a big thing to certain, you know, people or him if, you know, you have all this money and certain shit just doesn't matter to you. Like, that's when you look at it, if you just look at it, you see that this is a big part of some people's life. People are getting fired, they're losing their livelihoods. This is, they're walking out, they're risking their livelihoods. Like, you can at least sit and understand, like, damn, okay, maybe I did do something wrong, or maybe there is something more for me to understand. Logic. Your brain not fucking working or something. Anyway, his demands were, he picks the time and place, and everyone in attendance must have watched the whole comedy special in its entirety, and they must agree that comedian Hannah Gadsby is not funny. And it's like, why would you even... That's what I'm saying. Like, you thought to throw that in because you thought it was funny. Hannah Gadsby is a comedian that they threw her into this, saying, oh, we're so diverse. We have Orange is the New Black, and then we have Hannah Gadsby special. And she was like, don't put me in your shit. Basically, don't put me in your shit. Don't throw me in there. And I'm getting attacked by his bigoted fans even more now. And he's like, oh, admit they're not funny. Like, oh, fucking... I just really, really hate when people who are at some point of privilege over someone, because most people, I am a black woman, and I still have privilege over, say, a trans black woman. It's not hard to, like, understand these things. It's not saying, oh, I have the same privilege as a white man. No, it's just saying this group of people I have privilege over because of things I can't control, because of things neither of us can control. But you can realize that. Like, I'm a person. He's an older person than I am. He's more he's more traveled than I am. You would think he would know more things than I do. He has more access to things than I do. Like, how come he can't see that? I'm giving niggas excuses no more. Like, nah, like, it's no excuses. Like, y'all just choose. Y'all choose to be fucking ignorant and harmful to people. And then he's talking about the documentary he made, No One Wants It Now. Oh my God, like, what? Are you that full of yourself? Answer is yes. But, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel about the situation. Move the camera up so y'all can see my boons. Congratulations to the beautiful, wonderful Vanessa Bryant. She won a lawsuit pertaining to the release of the crash site photos of her daughter and husband, among others. So she is suing LA County, or she sued LA County for millions after first responders reportedly took photos of the bodies, like I said. She stated that she and her family suffered excruciating emotional distress on top of the pain caused by their deaths after discovering the sheriff's deputy snapped and shared gruesome photos. And she is seeking for damage for invasion of privacy and negligence. And I don't know who could have argued against that. Like, what the fuck? People are just, like, soulless. Who does things like that? So, Will and Jada are being talked about again. And it's like they dragged Will into the ship for nothing. Basically, they had Gwyneth Paltrow on for Red Table Talk, and Willa left. Rightfully so. She don't want to hear about her mom and her dad bumping ugly. So, and Jada said that it's hard, referring to keeping your sex life interesting and changing or what have you. She said the thing Will and I talk about a lot is a journey. We started in this at a very young age, 22 years old. That's why the accountability part really hit for me, because I think you expect your partner to know what you need, especially when it comes to sex. And like I'm into weird shit, for the most part, and I be in subsections of Twitter and stuff, and like I don't be really seeing this stuff happen like in real time. So like I'm seeing like little comments about Will and Jada. I'm like, what, whatever. And I'm like, I went into it. I'm like, what? Why are they saying Jada's embarrassing Will? I'm like, oh my god, she cheated on him again. I'm like, oh my god, is it another August Alsina? Like, what's going on? And then I find the clip and I'm like, are y'all dead ass? Because what? She's saying that her and Will been together since they were young kids. Their bodies changed, their needs changed, they changed as people. So of course the sex that they want to have is going to change. And all she said was that she expects him to read your mind, and like that's a goofy thing. What the fuck? What is wrong with y'all? People are like, oh my god, Will had to be him, and like putting the crying memes. I'm like, what did y'all hear that I didn't hear? Cause she dead ass didn't say nothing wrong. I just don't be. And Will is fine. Will is fine. But Jada responded, only because I got time today. Stop making up headlines. Watch the Red Table Talk I did with Gwyneth Paltrow for yourselves. Well, and I never, capital never, had an issue in the bedroom. Thank you. Hearts balloon. I think it's a heart balloon. I don't know what the fuck that is. A heart and a dot. Look like a heart balloon. But it was so weird. It was so weird that it was blown out of proportion like that. And when it comes to black women, Twitter be blowing shit out of proportion a lot of times. Hella random, Facebook is changing its name. But not really. So the company is changing their name to Meta, but Facebook, the app, is still gonna be Facebook, which of course that's something you have to like actually read to find out. Should be confusing, but I guess they're just trying to rebrand the company. Oh fuck, Mark Zuckerberg. I mean that with my soul, yeah. I mean that shit, fuck him. But I don't know. All the shit he's saying is just like very vague shit about the name change. We're a company that builds technology to connect. Or what? Okay. Together we can unlock a massively bigger creator economy. Like, so more apps. I don't fucking, I don't know what the fuck that shit means. But I guess I'm assuming it's like so Meta can engulf all these things and it cannot be just seen as like Facebook with Facebook. Because I mean, Facebook owns, or Meta owns Instagram. I'm assuming. I don't know shit about shit. I always tell y'all, I don't know shit about shit. But did you guys see, this was a couple weeks ago, SNL? I love SNL. I hope to one day get an audition for SNL. I want to host it too. I want to be on it and I want to host it like Eddie. But she was on SNL, and of course she don't be doing shit like that. And her monologue was so funny, and it was like cute, and her outfits were really cute. She looked good. She was funny, and it was really cool. I liked it. Her team, they be knowing what to do. I mean, maybe, nope. She shouldn't have done this before, because the whole thing with Kanye and the divorce is another thing, and probably another reason to kind of push her to do it. It was cute. I liked it, okay? A lot of people don't be liking SNL. A lot of people that look like me, my age, they be watching SNL, but SNL, it be kind of hitting sometimes. It definitely depends on the host. It gotta be a host. Eventually, I watch all of them. Like, I'll go back and like watch all of them, but watching them live, it gotta be somebody that like I know. Okay, this is gonna work. And then it'd be the black ass shows when they have the black ass guests, like Donald Glover. I love me a black ass show. I love me a black ass network show. Have you guys heard Young Miami song, guys? Rap Freaks, which is like a play on a Biggie song, Lil Kim song, and then Nicki's song. Just basically talking about everybody in the industry she wants to fuck, right? It's a short little song, which is like the thing nowadays. I'm trying to grab this fucking kiwi, it's just slipping. She can't rap for real, but she cute, and I like how she talk. And like, I ain't gonna stop nobody from supporting, but the song is garbage. But I'm gonna still support her because I like her. But the song is ass. But man, I don't know what beat she be on. She be on, like how they said on the internet, they said that white people clap on a different beat. It's you know, music is complicated. I don't know that shit either. But they clap on a certain beat and we clap on the actual clapping beat. Does she be rapping on a different beat? Does she hear something else, like the underlying, like she be rapping with the flutes or something? Because I don't fucking know. I just know it's not good for my ears. It's not good for my soul. Because what is it just, and then it don't be rhyming like really at all. I don't think she know a lot of words. Cause it don't be, I think, did she write that by herself? Oh, baby. She's so fine. She's so fine. Okay. I want to talk about Howard University. Have you seen what's been going on? Okay, so years back, it was a thing with the, one of the students was, they worked somewhere in the office, had to do with the funds they were getting. I mean, their funds, their tuition. And he was stealing that money. Since then, I've heard like little stories on the internet, of course, about Howard. But it's just, you know, here and there. And I guess it just all came crashing down recently. And it was something was the straw that broke the camel's back, because it's been on and popping. They're protesting Howard because their living conditions are fucking horrible. They have mold in some dorms. They have asbestos in some dorms. It's exposed asbestos. They showed the lab rooms that has like the emergency shower and emergency eye wash, that the shower does not work, and they've been working with chemicals, you know, since forever, and they don't know how long it hasn't been working. The eye wash was like a yellow color. And while I know HBCUs do not have the same funding that PWIs have, those are issues. You have to deal with that immediately. Those are things that need to be done. Like, that's more important. Keeping the fucking kids safe should be the fucking priority. Okay? Keeping them safe, teach them. Keeping them safe, teach them. Keeping them safe, teach them. Keeping them safe, keeping them safe is fucking number one. Black leaders are rallying around HU students who have been protesting since earlier this month. They've been assembling sit-ins at Blackburn University Center with tents, air mattresses, and sleeping bags, demanding that Howard leadership address their concerns. And on social media, it's been called the Blackburn Takeover. They have mice and roaches. It's not for anyone to be living in. It's like this. It should be fucking condemned. They need to put all their money into. It's just not. I don't understand how people let things get this bad. Whole administration is not even like one person. These are administration. This is groups of people. How do they let this shit get this fucking bad? Because I know students have had to complain. I know there was some black ass moms and that bitch like me saw some shit, complain. Like, I know that it's like, oh my God, we just didn't know any of this. Oh, what? Asbestos? Oh my God. We had no clue. Wowzers. Like, no, they fucking knew. Been knew. I've been knowing. And it's sad because a historically black college or university or something that was made for a marginalized group because we were shut out of other places. Because it is something like that that is still underfunded, that is for us, it is an easy target because it is small, because it doesn't have as much power. It's an easy target for people to take advantage of, and I'm sure that's one of the things going on. It's plenty of things going on. And if you have a chance, Black Burn Takeover, hashtag Black Burn Takeover on social media, look at that stuff, retweet it. Still, you want to spread the word as much as you can. Students saying they didn't have Wi-Fi for weeks in college in 2021. Kids have been sick from mold. This shit is sad. It's really fucking sad. These kids deserve better. These kids deserve so much fucking more. Definitely shout out to those students because you're black in this place where you know that the founders went through hell creating this and just living their lives and dedicating their lives to generations after them that they'll never know. And it's like you take pride in that. And I'm sure they are hurt, for one, and they feel like we're in this place that will win against all odds, and we need to fight just like they fought. And more power to them, for real. In nerd news, it's kind of not really news, but I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I saw Shang-Chi. I'm late, but whatever. I was kind of iffy about going to the movie theaters, so whatever. But me and the kids went, and it was so good. Okay, I'm not gonna give spoilers or nothing. First of all, I don't like Awkwafina. I don't like Awkwafina's comments and the things she said about, never doing an Asian stereotype and it being like a minstrel. She said it's like a minstrel show when she, used to appropriate black culture heavy until she got her big break off of it. So, mixed feelings about that. But her character was cute. And the show or whatever, the movie or whatever. The story was a good story. The fight scenes were so amazing. I love me a good choreographed fight scene. That's my shit. The story was good. The visuals, like Disney's visuals, the MCU visuals just get like better and better each year. Of course, technology, I know, but it's just, I'm so amazed. It was such a beautiful movie. Sad too, but a beautiful movie and like a good step back into the MCU. I think for me, I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited for Eternals. I'm so excited. Just can't but to lose control. And last but not least, we're in the kids ask you guys a question. Do you plan on, or do you currently whip your children? Or spank. I don't mean just like with a belt or switch, like with your hands. Like, do you do that to your children? I feel like, again, things are never black and white. People are not perfect. So, and knowing that, you have to, or you should, you don't have to, it'd be nice, but you should understand that, you know, as parents, people make mistakes, and you can plan for one thing and then another thing happens. For me, I have popped my kids before. I always call it popping, but and I think that's just like a family thing. But I threaten them. I threaten them all the time. They don't take me seriously, and I know that's not, threatening isn't the best way to deal with children. Deal with people. I'm aware of that. Like I said, I'm not fucking perfect. You know, I'm a single mom. It's just me. It's just me. So sometimes I get frustrated, and it's like, okay, what the fuck do I need to do for you to go sit down somewhere, for you to just listen to what I'm saying? And yeah, I threaten them, and you know, I don't think it's the best thing. And I'm trying to do better, and I'm learning every day, as is every parent, I would hope. They're learning every day, and you're learning your children, because your children change. Like, they grow up and they're changing quickly. Their interests change. Who they are, how they talk, like all those things change very rapidly, especially when you start going to school. These niggas is new people every day. I don't know who the fuck it is coming into my house sometimes, but you have to adjust. You have to adjust as a parent, and that's just what it is. When you have the more children, the more personalities, the more adjustments you have to make. And I am making a lot of fucking adjustments here every day. But my kids make me better for it. I try to think of things when it comes to my children, as I try to think of them as just people. And how would I deal with a person in this situation that was not my child, that was my age, or, you know, just how would I deal with them? And I try to take that and deal with them that way, with adjustments. But I don't, when you have a disagreement with someone, if your first thought is to hit them, that is an issue for you. And I feel like that shouldn't be the first thought when you have an issue with a child. Children, Black children, children of color, Black and Indigenous children specifically, they are going to have a very, very hard life just because of the color of their skin, something they cannot control. And I feel like for those kids, and this should be for all kids, they should feel good at home. But I feel like for Black and Indigenous children, they need even more of that at home, because they're going to get less of it out in the world as they get older. And I hate when people say, like, you have to prepare them in a harsh way. Like, no, like, I'm not doing that. The world fucking sucks. It does. But I'm not going to make their life with me, their home life, harder, because I feel like that's going to make it so, oh, when they get out there, like, oh shit, this is nothing, or oh, I'm used to this. No, I'm hopefully I'll be there to support them through all that shit. But yeah, home is supposed to be a safe space. I don't want to hit my kids. I don't want to yell. I don't like yelling at all. I do sometimes, because these motherfuckers, I do sometimes, but I really don't like yelling. And then kids are just loud in general. And my son is loud. Like, I think he's just gonna be a loud man. He's just loud all the fucking time. I'm like, bro, we right here. Stop yelling at me. I hate it. But I don't think just going, oh, I'm going to hit you now because you didn't do something that I wanted you to do, or you dropped something, you spilled something, shouldn't be the first thought. Okay, I mean, there's lots of other things. I've done so many different punishments with my kids. We have to get a long shirt where two of them get in one big shirt together and have to chill out together for a second. We get wall sits and push-ups and jumping jacks. Exercise, wonderful, great. You know, give them nice, strong muscles. Give them a nice, good frame. Also, writing things, like writing a sentence a bunch of times. I've done like little worksheets with my son, like, why did you do this? What's the best way to, like, what should you have done instead of that? What did you do wrong? How would you do it better next time? Like, it's a lot of other things you can do with a child, and understand that that's your child. Like, that kid, they might be like angry or whatever at the moment, but that kid loves the fuck out of you and like looks up to you and wants your fucking approval more than anything. You're like kind of like like mythical to them. My kids think I'm fucking magical and like this amazing. So like, if you know your kids feel that way about you just because you're their parent, you're their big person, you know, you do everything, you handle everything for them. So it's not that hard to like persuade them. It's not hard to talk to them. My kids, they say things to me and I'm like, how do you know these things? And now I realize, like, I really do talk to them. Like, I really sit down and talk to my children. They pick up on things. They may be angry and they may not pick up on it right then, but they'll get it. You know, you got to give your kids chances. You have to give them chances. How many chances is the world going to give them? Okay, not many, right? You know that life, you know how many chances you've got. You know that life does not stop. There's no rewind. I want to give my kids as many chances as they can, to do the right thing. I want to give my kids as many chances as I can. They deserve as many chances, and hopefully, when they do get out in the world, things will be a little easier, and they will get more chances out. Hopefully, I can set them up where I'm going to be able to control what chances they get. But for me, whipping, I don't think it should be the first option. And I think that's really how I feel. And I think that's just a good way to sum it up. Because you don't want to tell other people how to parent. And I definitely don't want to do that. I just want, because I don't fucking know. I'm learning every day. I just want to tell you guys what I found out, my findings. I want to report back to you guys. But, so what do you guys do? Do you guys whip your kids? Do you not whip your kids? Were you whipped? Did you get whippings? I had a couple whippings I can remember. But I've heard like some stories. So, you guys let me know how you feel about that. And I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, for listening to me talk and be goofy. I wish I could do an accent. I can't do it. Cheerio. That's not how she talks. Pip, pip, cheerio. I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween. I hope you guys are living in your purpose. And if you're not living in your purpose, you're finding your purpose. You're searching for what makes you happy and what makes you feel at home. So y'all just want to be at home. I'll see you guys soon.